Master your mindset begins with a powerful idea. Your life does not rise above the level of your mindset. Everything you achieve, or fail to achieve, starts in your mind. The book explains that success, confidence, discipline, and happiness are not accidents, they are outcomes of how you think every day. In American self-development culture, mindset is considered the ultimate competitive advantage. Skills can be learned, resources can be gained, but mindset determines whether you use them effectively. The book emphasizes that most people live on autopilot, reacting to life instead of directing it. Mastering your mindset means taking control of your thoughts, beliefs, and inner dialogue. When you change how you think, you change how you act, and when your actions change, your results follow. Point one of the core lessons in Master Your Mindset is that thoughts shape reality more than circumstances. Two people can face the same situation and experience completely different outcomes based on how they interpret it. The book explains that the human brain constantly creates meaning, and those meanings influence emotions and behavior. In American psychology and success philosophy, this principle is foundational. You don't react to reality, you react to your perception of reality. The book teaches that negative thinking creates limitation, while intentional thinking creates opportunity. When you learn to observe your thoughts instead of blindly believing them, you gain power. Mastering your mindset means choosing thoughts that move you forward rather than hold you back. Master Your Mindset clearly explains the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset believes abilities are limited and unchangeable. A growth mindset believes skills, intelligence, and confidence can be developed through effort and learning. In American success culture, a growth mindset is essential for long-term achievement. The book explains that people with fixed mindsets avoid challenges because failure feels like proof of inadequacy. Growth-minded individuals see failure as feedback. They understand that discomfort is part of progress. The book emphasizes that mindset determines how you respond to setbacks, criticism, and pressure. When you adopt a growth mindset, obstacles become stepping stones instead of stop signs. Master Your Mindset explains that negative thought patterns are learned, and anything learned can be unlearned. Many people are not limited by ability, but by unconscious thinking habits developed over years. The book teaches that the mind repeats what it practices most. If you constantly focus on fear, doubt, or past failures, your brain treats them as truth. In American self-improvement philosophy, awareness is the first step to change. The book encourages readers to catch negative thoughts in real time and question their accuracy. Replacing limiting thoughts with empowering ones rewires the brain over time. This process requires patience and consistency, but it leads to greater emotional control and confidence. Mastering your mindset means becoming the programmer of your thoughts rather than the victim of them. Point one of the most impactful lessons in Master Your Mindset is the role of self-talk. The book explains that the voice you hear most often is your own, and that voice shapes your identity. In American psychology, self-talk is closely linked to confidence and performance. When your inner dialogue is supportive, you act with courage. When it is critical, you hesitate. The book teaches that self-talk should be intentional, not automatic. Leaders, athletes, and high performers train their inner voice just as they train their skills. By speaking to yourself with discipline and encouragement, you build resilience. Over time, positive self-talk becomes a source of inner strength rather than self-doubt. The book makes it clear that beliefs sit beneath every action you take. Master Your Mindset explains that behavior is driven by belief systems, whether conscious or unconscious. In American success culture, belief alignment is essential for performance. If you believe success is possible, you act boldly. If you believe failure is inevitable, you hesitate or quit. The book teaches that many beliefs are inherited from family, culture, or past experiences, and not all of them are true. Mastering your mindset requires identifying which beliefs empower you and which ones limit you. When beliefs change, behavior changes naturally. This shift creates momentum and sustainable growth. Master your mindset teaches that mental discipline is the ability to direct your attention intentionally. In American high-performance culture, discipline separates potential from results. The book explains that focus is not about willpower alone. It is about training your mind to stay committed even when motivation fades. Distraction is the enemy of progress, and the modern world constantly competes for attention. Leaders and achievers develop routines that protect their focus. The book emphasizes that small daily disciplines compound into major success. When you master your attention, you master your actions. Mental discipline turns goals into habits and habits into outcomes. Fear and self-doubt are universal experiences, but master your mindset teaches that they do not have to control behavior. In American self-development philosophy, courage is not the absence of fear, it is action despite fear. The book explains that fear often comes from imagined outcomes rather than real danger. Self-doubt grows when people overestimate obstacles and underestimate their ability. The book encourages reframing fear as a signal of growth. By taking small, consistent actions, confidence increases naturally. Mastering your mindset means recognizing fear without obeying it. This shift empowers people to move forward even when uncertainty exists. One of the most practical lessons in the book is that emotions can be managed. Master Your Mindset explains that emotions are responses, not commands. In American psychology, emotional regulation is linked to long-term success and mental health. The book teaches that reacting emotionally often leads to regret, while responding intentionally leads to better outcomes. Techniques such as pausing, breathing, and reframing help regain control. Leaders and high performers learn to observe emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Emotional control strengthens decision-making and relationships. When emotions are mastered, clarity and confidence increase. Master Your Mindset explains that real confidence is built internally, not from external validation. Many people wait for success before feeling confident, but the book teaches the opposite. Confidence comes from self-trust. In American personal development culture, self-belief is considered a foundational skill. The book emphasizes that confidence grows when you keep promises to yourself. Small wins, showing up, staying disciplined, following through, create inner strength. External praise may feel good, but it fades quickly. Internal confidence lasts because it is rooted in action. Mastering your mindset means becoming your own source of assurance. One of the strongest messages in Master Your Mindset is that consistency matters more than intensity. In American success philosophy, many people start strong but quit early. The book explains that motivation is unreliable, but habits are dependable. Small daily actions, repeated over time, outperform occasional bursts of effort. Consistency builds momentum and identity. When you act consistently, you begin to see yourself as disciplined and capable. This identity shift reinforces positive behavior. Mastering your mindset involves committing to progress, not perfection. Over time, consistency creates results that intensity alone cannot sustain. The book emphasizes that the mind is strengthened through daily habits. Master Your Mindset explains that mental strength is not a personality trait, it is a practice. Habits such as journaling, goal review, mindfulness, and learning sharpen awareness and focus. In American self-growth culture, high performers design routines that support mental clarity. The book teaches that habits reduce decision fatigue and protect energy. When habits are aligned with goals, progress becomes automatic. Mastering your mindset means building systems that support growth even on difficult days. Master Your Mindset explains that many people are held back not by reality, but by limiting beliefs they have accepted as truth. These beliefs often form early in life and quietly influence decisions for years. In American self-development thinking, awareness of limiting beliefs is a breakthrough moment. The book teaches readers to question thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," "it's too late," or "people like me don't succeed." These beliefs are not facts, they are stories the mind repeats. By identifying and challenging them, individuals create mental freedom. Replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones opens new possibilities. Mastering your mindset means choosing beliefs that support growth rather than restrict it. Resilience is a central theme in Master Your Mindset. The book explains that resilience is the ability to recover, adapt, and keep moving forward despite setbacks. In American culture, resilience is closely associated with success and leadership. Life will always present challenges, rejection, and failure. The difference lies in how the mind responds. The book teaches that resilient thinkers focus on lessons rather than losses. They don't personalize setbacks or let temporary failure define identity. By maintaining perspective and emotional control, resilience strengthens over time. Mastering your mindset builds the mental toughness needed to endure pressure and uncertainty without giving up. One of the most empowering ideas in the book is the concept of failure as feedback. Master Your Mindset explains that failure is not a final outcome, it is information. In American performance psychology, feedback is essential for improvement. The book encourages readers to analyze failures objectively instead of emotionally. What worked? What didn't? What can be adjusted? This mindset removes shame and replaces it with curiosity. When failure becomes feedback, fear loses its power. Progress accelerates because mistakes are no longer avoided but used as tools for growth. Mastering your mindset transforms failure into fuel. Master Your Mindset makes it clear that real transformation begins with responsibility. The book teaches that no one else controls your thoughts, reactions, or focus, you do. In American self-growth philosophy, personal responsibility is the foundation of freedom. When people blame circumstances, past experiences, or other people, they give away power. The book explains that taking responsibility does not mean ignoring challenges, it means choosing how to respond to them. Once you accept responsibility for your mindset, excuses lose their grip. You stop waiting for motivation and start creating discipline. Mastering your mindset means owning your mental state regardless of external conditions. Focus is described as a form of energy management in Master Your Mindset. The book explains that mental clarity is impossible without protecting attention. In American productivity culture, distraction is one of the biggest barriers to success. The book teaches that what you focus on expands. Constant exposure to negativity, comparison, and noise drains mental energy. High performers intentionally limit distractions and prioritize deep focus. Mental clarity allows better decisions, faster learning, and stronger confidence. Mastering your mindset requires choosing where your energy goes instead of letting it be stolen by distractions. Pressure is not the enemy, untrained thinking is. Master Your Mindset explains that pressure reveals the quality of your mindset. In American leadership and performance environments, pressure is unavoidable. The book teaches that the mind can be trained to remain calm and focused even under stress. Techniques such as controlled breathing, reframing challenges, and focusing on process over outcome help stabilize the mind. When pressure increases, trained minds respond with clarity instead of panic. Mastering your mindset means preparing mentally before pressure arrives, not reacting after it overwhelms you. Master Your Mindset teaches that lasting change happens when mindset becomes identity. People don't rise to the level of their goals, they fall to the level of their identity. In American self-development culture, identity-based change is considered the most powerful form of transformation. The book explains that when you see yourself as disciplined, focused, and resilient, your behavior naturally aligns with that belief. Instead of forcing motivation, you act in ways that match who you believe you are. A strong mental identity is built through repeated actions and conscious thinking. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, confidence over fear, and growth over comfort, your identity strengthens. Mastering your mindset means deciding who you are and reinforcing that decision daily. The final message of Master Your Mindset is both empowering and challenging. You are the architect of your life. Your thoughts shape your actions shape your habits, and your habits shape your future. In American success philosophy, personal ownership is the key to freedom. The book emphasizes that no one is coming to rescue you, but that is not a weakness, it is power. When you master your mindset, you stop reacting to life and start designing it. You choose purpose over comfort, discipline over excuses, and growth over fear. This mindset creates clarity, confidence, and direction. Master Your Mindset leaves listeners with a simple but profound truth. When you control your mind, you control your life. Master Your Mindset teaches that your mind is the most powerful asset you will ever own. Money, education, and opportunity matter, but without the right mindset, they are wasted. In American success culture, individuals who think clearly outperform those with greater resources but weaker thinking. The book explains that your mind shapes how you interpret challenges, respond to pressure, and pursue goals. When the mind is trained, obstacles become manageable. When the mind is uncontrolled, even small problems feel overwhelming. Mastery begins with recognizing the value of your thinking. The book emphasizes that you cannot change what you are not aware of. Most people live mentally unconscious, reacting automatically to thoughts and emotions. Master Your Mindset explains that awareness creates choice. When you notice your thoughts, you gain the power to pause. In American psychology, this pause is where transformation begins. Awareness turns emotional reactions into intentional responses. This single skill separates high performers from average ones. An undisciplined mind creates chaos. The book explains that lack of mental control leads to procrastination, inconsistency, and self-sabotage. In American productivity culture, mental discipline is considered a success skill. Without it, motivation fades quickly. The book teaches that discipline is not punishment, it is self-respect. A disciplined mind follows through even when emotions resist. Master Your Mindset explains that mindset is influenced by environment more than people realize. What you consume, media, conversations, social platforms, feeds your thinking. In American self-growth philosophy, environment design is a strategic advantage. When you change your environment, you change default behaviors. The book encourages removing mental noise and surrounding yourself with growth-oriented input. The book makes it clear that comfort kills potential. Growth requires discomfort. In American success narratives, every breakthrough is preceded by struggle. Master Your Mindset teaches that avoiding discomfort keeps people average. Those who lean into challenge expand mentally. Discomfort trains resilience, confidence, and courage. In a distracted world, focus is rare and valuable. The book explains that focus multiplies effort. In American performance culture, focused individuals achieve faster results with less stress. Master Your Mindset teaches that focus must be protected intentionally. Saying no becomes as important as saying yes. Comparison drains confidence. The book explains that constant comparison creates insecurity and impatience. In American social culture, comparison is amplified by social media. Master Your Mindset teaches that progress is personal. When focus shifts inward, confidence grows outward. Self-trust is built through action. The book explains that every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence increases. In American leadership psychology, self-trust is essential. Master Your Mindset teaches that discipline strengthens identity. You begin to see yourself as reliable and capable. The book warns against relying on motivation. Motivation fades, but systems remain. In American productivity thinking, systems outperform willpower. Master Your Mindset teaches building routines that support progress automatically. This reduces mental resistance and increases consistency. Growth often happens quietly. The book explains that real mental strength is developed in private moments, early mornings, disciplined habits, and self-reflection. In American hustle culture, visible success is praised, but invisible effort creates it. Master Your Mindset highlights the power of working silently. Fear signals growth. The book explains that fear appears when you are stepping beyond comfort. In American entrepreneurship and leadership culture, fear is expected. Master Your Mindset teaches acting despite fear. Courage is trained, not inherited. The brain learns through repetition. The book explains that thoughts repeated become beliefs. In American neuroscience-based self-help, repetition rewires identity. Master Your Mindset teaches repeating empowering thoughts and behaviors until they feel natural. Clarity leads to better decisions. The book explains that mental clutter creates poor judgment. In American leadership environments, clarity is respected. Master Your Mindset teaches simplifying goals and thinking to improve direction and confidence. The book emphasizes that emotional strength can be trained. Emotions are information, not commands. In American psychology, emotional regulation is essential for success. Master Your Mindset teaches responding thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Patience is rare and powerful. The book explains that impatience leads to quitting early. In American success stories, long-term thinkers win. Master Your Mindset teaches trusting the process and staying committed even when results are delayed. Behavior follows identity. The book explains that people act according to who they believe they are. In American mindset coaching, identity change creates lasting transformation. Master Your Mindset teaches becoming disciplined first, then results follow. Pressure strengthens the mind when handled correctly. The book explains that pressure reveals preparation. In American high-performance culture, pressure is training. Master Your Mindset teaches using stress as a sharpening tool. Wealth requires release. The book explains that old habits, beliefs, and identities must be released for new ones to form. In American personal development, letting go is necessary for expansion. Master Your Mindset encourages intentional evolution. Confidence grows through consistency. The book explains that repeated action builds certainty. In American achievement psychology, confidence follows proof. Master Your Mindset teaches showing up daily, regardless of mood. The final message is clear. A mastered mind creates a directed life. Instead of drifting, you decide. Instead of reacting, you lead. Master Your Mindset teaches that when thinking becomes intentional, life becomes intentional. This is the highest level of personal power. Master Your Mindset emphasizes that the most powerful asset you own is your mind, and its control determines your life trajectory. In American self-development culture, people often chase external resources, money, tools, or education, while neglecting the inner game of thoughts, beliefs, and perception. The book teaches that uncontrolled thoughts lead to inconsistent actions, emotional reactivity, and wasted potential, while a disciplined mind allows deliberate creation of results. A controlled mind perceives challenges as opportunities, regulates emotions during pressure, and aligns daily habits with long-term goals. The book explains that the brain is a habit-making machine. Repeated focus on fear, doubt, or distraction strengthens those neural pathways. Conversely, repeated practice of discipline, gratitude, and focus rewires the brain for success. The author emphasizes daily exercises, reflection, journaling, and intentional planning to cultivate mastery. By the end of the process, the individual no longer reacts automatically but operates with strategic clarity. Controlling your mind is not about suppressing emotion or avoiding struggle. It is about channeling mental energy to create momentum toward the life you desire. This mental mastery becomes the foundation for every achievement, shaping identity, relationships, and professional success, the book stresses that awareness is the gateway to mindset transformation. Most people live unconsciously, letting thoughts, fears, and habits dictate their responses, creating patterns that repeat failure, frustration, or mediocrity. Master Your Mindset explains that simply noticing your thought patterns creates a pause, a critical moment where choice becomes possible. In American psychology, this is called metacognition, thinking about thinking. The book offers practical tools for building awareness, such as mindful observation, journaling emotions, and tracking habitual responses. Awareness allows recognition of limiting beliefs that have silently influenced decisions and behavior for years. For instance, beliefs about inadequacy, scarcity, or fear of failure often operate below conscious thought but dictate important life choices. The author illustrates how daily reflection and questioning of assumptions gradually weaken mental barriers. Over time, awareness allows an individual to intentionally select thoughts that align with growth, productivity, and resilience. The book emphasizes that awareness is not passive observation, it is active engagement, the first step in reclaiming personal power. Through awareness, your mind becomes a tool for creation rather than a source of limitation. Master Your Mindset teaches that negative thought patterns are not permanent, they can be rewired through consistent, intentional action. In American performance psychology, the principle is clear: neurons that fire together, wire together. The book explains that repeated focus on doubt, fear, or procrastination strengthens pathways that reinforce limitation. Conversely, repeated focus on discipline, positive self-talk, and deliberate learning builds pathways that enhance confidence, resilience, and clarity. The author provides exercises to replace automatic negative reactions with empowered alternatives. For example, noticing a fearful thought and intentionally reframing it into curiosity or action strengthens mental resilience. Daily routines, such as setting small goals, practicing gratitude, and visualizing success, reprogram the subconscious over time. The book emphasizes that rewiring the mind requires patience. Mental patterns are decades in the making, and transformation happens gradually. Through consistent effort, thoughts no longer control you, they are guided by intention. This process converts struggle into opportunity and transforms the way you engage with challenges, relationships, and personal ambition. One of the deepest insights in Master Your Mindset is that emotional mastery is a skill that differentiates ordinary individuals from high performers. The book explains that emotions are information, not commands, and unmanaged emotional reactions are a leading cause of missed opportunities, conflict, and poor decision-making. In American leadership and high-performance culture, the ability to remain calm under pressure is a hallmark of success. The author provides practical strategies, such as pausing before responding, labeling emotions objectively, and redirecting mental focus toward actionable solutions. Emotional mastery does not suppress feelings but allows the mind to operate strategically regardless of circumstances. Over time, this skill builds confidence, resilience, and influence. Those who master emotion communicate with clarity and inspire trust, while those who allow emotion to dictate action often sabotage progress. The book emphasizes that mental and emotional control is interlinked. A trained mind enhances emotional stability, and emotional stability strengthens mental focus. Through deliberate practice, individuals gain freedom from reactive cycles and create space for intentional growth. The book emphasizes that true confidence is cultivated internally, not dependent on external validation. Master Your Mindset explains that many people wait for success, recognition, or approval before believing in their own ability, but this approach is fundamentally flawed. American psychology and performance studies show that internal confidence drives sustainable achievement. The book teaches that confidence is created through repeated action and consistent follow-through. Each completed commitment, each disciplined habit, reinforces self-trust and identity. External validation may temporarily boost morale, but it is unreliable and fleeting. The author stresses daily practices such as setting achievable microgoals, reflecting on accomplishments, and intentionally embracing challenges to build confidence. Over time, this internalized belief becomes automatic, shaping identity and behavior in alignment with desired outcomes. Mastering your mindset ensures that confidence is anchored in reality, self-awareness, and resilience rather than external circumstances.